Lewis Wilson, Batman Serial 1943. Vintage noir music, flickering newsreel visuals. Lewis Wilson was the first actor to portray Bruce Wayne in live action, bringing the Caped Crusader from comic books to the silver screen. In the 1943 serial, Batman was a symbol of hope during World War II. Wilson's Bruce Wayne was straightforward and courageous, embodying the wartime ideal of heroism. The serial itself was fast-paced, with short chapters that left audiences on cliffhangers. And Wilson had to portray both the confident billionaire and the masked vigilante within the confines of early film technology, while primitive by modern standards. His performance established the dual identity dynamic, a man hiding his pain behind a mask while defending the innocent. Robert Lowery, Batman and Robin, Serial 1949. Grainy black and white action scenes, dramatic organ music. 6 years later, Robert Lowery stepped into the cape in Batman and Robin. Lowery's Bruce Wayne carried the torch with a slightly more polished approach, reflecting the post-war optimism of late 1940s America. His Batman was brave and determined, fighting crime with a moral clarity that matched the era's pulp sensibilities. Though he appeared only in short serial episodes, Lowery's performance added nuance to the dual life of Bruce Wayne, balancing the charm of a wealthy playboy with the discipline of a vigilante. The serial introduced audiences to the idea that Batman could sustain a multi-chapter story, deepening the mythology for years to come. Adam West Batman TV series and movie 1966 to 1968. Campy 60s theme, bright colors. Adam West's Bruce Wayne marked a drastic tonal shift from the early serials. In the 1960s Batman TV series and its feature film, West portrayed Bruce as charismatic, playful, and endlessly earnest. This Bruce Wayne lived in a brightly colored, whimsical Gotham, where overthought villains and outrageous gadgets defined the world. West had to balance the humor of the show with the sense of heroism inherent in Batman's character, and he did so with a uniquely charming deadpan delivery. Audiences loved the contrast between the wealthy playboy and the masked crime fighter, creating an enduring version of Batman that was approachable, fun, and family-friendly. Michael Keaton, Batman 1989, Batman Returns 1992, The Flash 2023. Dark, cinematic score, gothic intensity. Michael Keaton's portrayal in Tim Burton's films represented a radical departure. Keaton's Bruce Wayne was introspective, haunted, and psychologically complex. In a Gotham shrouded in Gothic architecture and perpetual shadow, this Bruce Wayne was a man wrestling with trauma, both personal and societal. Keaton's performance brought attention to the role that previous actors had not explored, emphasizing the duality of Wayne's public and private lives. The films used visual storytelling, lighting, and music to emphasize the weight of responsibility and grief that defined his Batman. Keaton's version remains one of the most influential, bridging the gap between comic book fantasy and grounded cinematic realism.
That's funny.
Val Kilmer, Batman Forever 1995. Vibrant, electric soundtrack, flashy neon visuals. Val Kilmer inherited the mantle during a period of bold experimentation in Hollywood. In Batman Forever, his Bruce Wayne was emotionally expressive, stylish, and at times enigmatic. Kilmer balanced the brooding darkness of his predecessors with a more vibrant, charismatic energy. The film itself was visually intense, with neon-lit Gotham and exaggerated villains. And Kilmer's Bruce had to anchor the story while navigating this heightened reality. His portrayal highlighted the inner conflict of Bruce Wayne, the loneliness of a man who must maintain a public persona while secretly protecting his city. George Clooney, Batman and Robin, 1997. Over-the-top colors, whimsical sets, dramatic sound effects. George Clooney's Bruce Wayne leaned into the playboy charm and visual spectacle of the late 1990s. His Batman was confident, witty, and stylish, often playing to the flamboyant aesthetic of the film, while critics often faulted the movie for its campy tone and cartoonish villains. Clooney's Bruce Wayne demonstrated a blend of charm and athleticism, He emphasized the billionaire side of Bruce Wayne, with a suave public persona concealing the burden of vigilantism beneath the cowl. This version explored the social dimension of Bruce's life more overtly, showing that even a hero must navigate relationships, expectations, and public image. Christian Bale, Batman Begins, 2005. The Dark Knight, 2008. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. Brooding, immersive orchestration, atmospheric cityscapes. Christian Bale's portrayal redefined the modern cinematic Bruce Wayne in Christopher Nolan's trilogy. Wayne was a man shaped by trauma, discipline, and moral questioning. Bale's Bruce was highly physical, intellectual, and emotionally layered. The films explored the psychological underpinnings of vigilantism, presenting Batman as both hero and symbol. Bale brought a raw intensity to the character, portraying the tension between Bruce's humanity and his alter ego. Now, Nolan's Gotham was realistic, gritty, and dangerous, reflecting the moral and social challenges that defined Bruce Wayne's fight against crime. Bale's performance combined vulnerability, intellect, and determination, creating the blueprint for serious superhero storytelling.
And you'll never have to.
David Mazouz, Gotham 2014 to 2019. Moody, atmospheric score, emerging shadows of Gotham. David Mazouz portrayed Bruce Wayne from childhood through early adulthood, chronicling his transformation into Batman. His performance captured the trauma of losing his parents, the formative experiences of fear and responsibility, and the gradual shaping of his moral compass. Mazouz's Bruce was introspective, calculating, and emotionally fragile, showing viewers how the young boy becomes the Dark Knight. The series allowed for a long, detailed exploration of character development, including early encounters with allies and enemies, emphasizing the emotional and psychological evolution of Bruce Wayne.
Now back off, you little brat.
$2 million!
Ben Affleck, Batman v Superman 2016, Suicide Squad 2016, Justice League 2017 and 2021, The Flash 2023. Dark, thunderous score, epic urban landscapes. Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne represented an older, hardened Batman, battle-scarred and cynical. This version had spent decades confronting Gotham's criminal underworld. Affleck portrayed Wayne as physically imposing, emotionally guarded, and morally conflicted. The performance emphasized the toll of a long life as a vigilante, the psychological weight, the exhaustion, and the question of whether justice is ever truly attainable. This Batman was more brutal, reflecting a darker vision of the hero while retaining his underlying sense of responsibility.
You mean something.
Ian Glenn, Titans 2018 to 2023. Darker, character-driven television tone. Intimate shots. Ian Glenn's Bruce Wayne is an older, burdened mentor figure in Titans. Glenn portrays Wayne as emotionally distant, haunted by past mistakes, and wary of becoming too attached to the next generation of heroes. This version explores the cost of a life spent in the shadows and the challenge of guiding others without compromising personal principles. Glenn's performance emphasizes experience, regret, and moral authority, adding depth to the legend of Bruce Wayne outside the cinematic films.
Really, walk away. Let things go.
Robert Pattinson, The Batman 2022. Moody detective noir ambience, shadowed cityscapes, tense strings. Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne is young, brooding, and intensely focused on uncovering Gotham's corruption. His portrayal emphasizes detective skills, emotional vulnerability, and the obsessive drive that defines Batman. Pattinson's Bruce is still discovering himself, negotiating the tension between his public persona and his vigilante identity. Gotham itself is an extension of his psyche, chaotic, dark, and morally complex, and Pattinson captures the sense of a hero still becoming the legend.